I would start with the brief introduction about the training program. The training program is designed to map with the current job requirement in HFM financial management and all the supporting tools. So I start with what job role this training program map to. The training program is designed to map job role called HFM and FDQM developer or a consultant. You can be an independent consultant post training program. The modules which we are going to cover over here, which make you HFM financial management consultant, there are various set of tools grouped together to design one training program in order to ensure that what is happening in the current industry, we try to map the requirement with our training program to make this training program productive to the trainees. So we have got various modules. The module first is called HFM financial management. This is a primary skill to the trainees, people who join the training program. HFM would be a primary skills, and we would be spending close to 24 hours training on HFM. 24 hours training from my end. There would be plenty of exercises, case studies which you have to do offline. So 24 hours input from my end, maybe another 24 hours input you need at least from your end to hands-on on this tool. The second module we would be covering FDQM, financial data quality management. This would be a secondary skill. However, you can leverage this skill as a primary skill. As far as my training program is concerned, this would be a secondary skills. So third module would be your reporting component. We have in the reporting component, we will discuss two kinds of reporting: management reporting using a tool called SmartView. We have got a different category of reports, and then we have a financial reports or statutory reporting, which we do using HFM financial reports, a tool called HFM financial report. So the training program has got everything, all the required tool which you need as part of your job work, as part of your consulting activity. So this would have 33 hours training, for 4 hours training, one for SmartView, and 3 hours for your financial report. So the training program is close to around 40 hours plus 40 hours training program. It's quite exhaustive and detailed training. Okay, so these are the modules we are going to talk about. In terms of installation and configuration, these are the various versions currently running in the HFM products. There is a running HFM called 11.1.13. This is called Zola release. Then we have got the later release called HFM 11.2.1. Then the latest release in April this year called PS2 release. This is called PS2, Patch Set 2 in Oracle term. This is Patch Set 1, and I think this one is called Zola release. These are the releases we are going to work. The most stable so far is 11.1.13. Stable, it means to the extent my experience is, most of the companies are working in 11.2.1.1 or 11.1.1.3. These two versions are being used by the industry. Of most of the clients for HFM product family are financial industries, and the existing projects you may find in one of these two projects. However, the new initiatives, naturally Oracle encouraged to use the latest version. So we would be assisting you setting up any one of these version We would provide you the installation video. Depends upon your past experience. If your experience is Windows, we would give you installation videos on Windows and Linux as well. So it depends upon your comfort level or your experience. You can choose any one of the version and you can configure it. The installation is a cakewalk as long as you meet all the prerequisites. The software and everything available in edelivery.oracle.com, and the installation video, and we'll also give you a guide. And if you stuck up somewhere, installation will assist you as well. For this one, the same we apply for this one as well. So depends upon your comfort and your availability, you can configure any one of this version. So far we have not been supporting this version, we have not been supporting as of now. So this is installation and configuration part. Regarding the learning material, we are one of the biggest blogger for HFM product family in the globe, and we have a dedicated team. People whoever are not on projects, on bench, we assign them to POC activities or research activities, or whatever knowledge they gain over the period of time as part of their implementation, we ask them to document. And this way the documentation or the learning material we have is the most authentic and what is happening, exactly happening in the current industry, challenges, problems, we document them. So we have got two kind of material, one for public access, which we place on a blog, anybody can access this, and there is a specialized document for our students. So we'll give you a student guide. Student guide would be theory, a generic theory concepts. In addition to this, you would have a lab guide. It's a more hands-on. And we would give you some video tutorial like setting up the application which you require. So you set up the complete application into your own environment so that you can play around with the application. The application is very close to the real world. It's our we have taken a sample application and customized this to the extent what is happening in the real-time project. We also have a couple of other applications. We would mask the required information or the data from my client and would share across with you. So it takes you closer to how the real-time project look like, what is the structure, skeleton or architecture of the real project. It gives you enough confidence when you do hands-on on your own. It's in your own system or environment, and therefore you don't have to depend on an external server. In addition to this, there will be there may be plenty of case studies. That would be your own self-study, your self-study material. So maybe in your free time, you can take a one case study and walk through. The case study would be very, very simplified with plenty of snapshots. The design for kids, we say. We design the material for kids. Anybody with a basic knowledge of HFM go through the self-study material or case study should be able to understand and learn well. We do have a missing class policy as well. I do understand people have to travel, and we are working in a world where as a part of consulting you may have to travel, or a human being may fall sick or something might happen. So we have a missing class policy. We have a training program every month, so if you miss few classes, or you miss 2, 3, 4, 5 classes, few missing classes, we would be giving you a recorded session based on your request. Maybe if you request, we would provide you the recorded session for missing classes. Alternatively, you have an option to retake the training, naturally with no additional cost, in your next batches. You can retake the training anytime in next 6 months. If you are not very clear with the concept, you can retake the training again, you will have to pay no additional cost. We try to be flexible as much as possible. The overall objective is to make this training program productive, and at the result of as this training get absorbed, your target is to get a job into HFM financial management or whatever, it should be met. So that's a brief about this. Timing would be we would publish the timing would be 7 a.m. IST to 8 a.m. IST. It would be 9:30 p.m. EST. Okay, to 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. EST. So we would publish weekly session plan where you would have which day what topic would be taught, very detailed information about what you're going to learn which date. So you can plan your activities accordingly. So that's a brief about the training program. If anybody has any question, you can ask me. Regarding this last thing regarding placement, we don't claim that we would give placement to the candidates. However, as I said, we have plenty of clients, and many of time we receive the client requirement. So we would definitely prefer our own students. So as part of the placement program, it's all mutual basis. There's no commercial. We don't take any money. We don't claim we give placement. But after your training program, if you're located in US, we have a job consulting there. So there's a separate division of the business. You can communicate to them, submit your resume. We would assisting you in interview. We don't give any false interview or proxy interview, but we would be assisting you interviews and post job support. This is post job support is commercial basis. Interview, we would be assisting you when you sign up a bond to decide to work with BISP Consulting. So make up your mind to work with us. That would be a kind of placement we would be assisting you. So that's all about the training program. If anybody has any question, can ask me. Else we talk about the technical architecture of HFM Financial Management.